Voice FM.
So, this is Jodie for Voice FM. We're at the Mayflower Theatre Southampton today to have a little chat with Elliot.
Hello.
Who is currently playing Trunchbull in Matilda. What an amazing role you have.
Thanks, yeah. It's very cool.
It is very cool.
It's a good part, yeah.
It's a great part. So, for those people that have obviously been living under a rock, don't know anything about the show, do you want to just tell them a little bit about it?
Sure. So, Matilda is essentially a struggle of a young girl. In the book, she's actually sort of 5 years old, and in our story, she's 5 years old, although played by a slightly older actress for obvious reasons. And it's about her struggle through adversity and eventually winning the day. That's, in a nutshell, that's the story.
It's obviously based on the Roald Dahl book.
Yes.
With music by Tim Minchin.
Tim Minchin,
It's a great partnership there. So, one of the things that stunned me about this show is the staging.
Right.
It's probably one of the most incredible stage sets I have ever seen in my life. It's so good. It looks like it's quite a fun set to be on.
Yeah, it is very much. I just got the desks flying in from the side of the stage, the school gates come in, the number, which is my favourite number, on the front of the gates, without giving too much away. Unbelievable, the alphabet song.
That was incredible.
Yeah, the guys do a great job. The dancers on the front and the back of the gates. It's beautifully staged.
It is incredible. You've got swings and slides.
Swings, of course, the swings and the slides.
You've got your trampoline that you do little.
Got my trampoline, I did my little jump on. Yeah.
You ever miss?
Well, no. I mean, the day I missed, I'm in some serious trouble. So fingers crossed, touch wood, that won't happen.
It's quite a physically challenging sort of show, isn't it? There's quite a lot going on.
Yeah, it is, particularly for all of us in different ways, but. My part is very challenging physically, not only just in terms of actually what I have to do, but on top of that, the costumes, many layers, and obviously a bodysuit, and to make me a bit more womanly, should we say.
Yeah, you don't look on stage.
Right? Yeah.
Does it take a long time to get ready?
I think it's about 45 minutes, I'd say, including costume and stuff. It's fine, really. Makeup takes a while, and obviously my wig goes on, and then the costume,
Quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's particularly comfortable. I mean, that's an advantage, really, because I don't think she's particularly comfortable in her own skin, so to have that is quite useful.
Yeah,
she has this hump that sort of like, it's just quite hard on your body, because obviously it shapes you in a way that isn't necessarily natural. So, you have to maintain yourself with physio and keep your body up to scratch,
Were you a fan of this? Really?
I was a huge fan, yeah. I was a massive fan. Obviously, Roald Dahl, it's my generation growing up, really cottoned onto Roald Dahl, I think. And I was a huge fan of the stage show. I'd seen the original cast, and I was actually in the show in London for 2 years. I played a different part.
Okay.
So I knew it well, and then ended up being this Trunchbull on the road. Yeah. So, to say I'm a fan is probably an understatement.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, saying that, then, what's your favourite song of yours?
I like them both, to be honest. There's only two, but I like them both for different reasons. But I think, obviously, The Smell of Rebellion is beautifully sort of poetic. You can call it that, random Tim Minchin lyrics, but they're just so brilliantly appropriate. So Rebellion's good. It's a marathon. It's a long song. It has these 4 different stages to it, or we construct it in down to these 4 different stages that she goes through, and it's quite satisfying to perform that song, because when you get to the end of it, you think, okay, I made it. Yeah.
What's your favourite of the others?
The others, I do love the alphabet song purely for the staging. Miss Honey has some wonderful music, doesn't she, as well? Especially Carly's such a wonderful singer. But I think as well, the moments where Matilda is isolated, so quiet, that she sings on her own and naughty. Yeah. It's remarkable to see a child of 12, 10 to 12.
Absolutely incredible.
It's unbelievable, right?
It's not like it's they're easy roles to play there. It's not like they're played down so that they're almost patronising playing.
It's the opposite.
They're just incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Well, I think that what they have to go through in rehearsal. I mean, obviously it's a lot of hours and a lot of hard work that's gone into that. But no, it's the opposite. I mean, I think everything is made to be that there's no compromises for the children, so they have to do what the choreographer and the director have envisaged. You know, there's no sort of dumbed down or anything, as you say. It's just you need to be to this standard, and we'll get you there, which is what happens.
Unbelievable.
They're wonderful,
Absolutely unbelievable. They're so good. So obviously, Miss Trunchbull is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad lady, bad person.
Yeah.
Do you like being a bad lady?
I do like being the baddie. It's always more fun to be the baddie, isn't it? Yeah. I played the prince, but I played a version of the prince in different things quite a few times.
Yeah.
And whatever that may be. And it's always, they're actually tougher. It's actually tougher to play those sort of straight roles, I think.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much to grab hold of. But it's such a gift, Miss Trunchbull. Like, it's all there on the page really for you, isn't it? But so it's good to be bad. Because you don't get to be, hopefully you don't get to be bad in real life. So, you know.
Yeah. You like getting the booze and stuff.
I like getting the booze. It's always good to have the booze. But you don't want, I think, for me, there's a fine balance between her being evil and and punishing everyone around her. I mean, it's important to hit that hard because that makes Matilda's journey that much more satisfying. But at the same time, I think I hopefully try and find a balance between the comic elements of her and the nastiness.
Because she is the favourite character of everybody, isn't
exactly, and you want the audience to go away and sort of hopefully feel that they've enjoyed what you've done and not just be out and out evil. Hopefully, it's a bit more layered than that.
Comedy, obviously. I couldn't believe it when you actually swing the little girl around wearing pigtails, which is obviously a really big thing in the story and a really big thing in the movie. I'm like, they're not going to do that on stage, but you do it.
We do, yeah, and everyone comments on that. It's funny. I can't give it away, but in reality, it's so simple.
Yeah. I think but it looks.
You can see that, what it is.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And I think, it's one of them iconic Matilda moments.
Yeah.
So, you've obviously been in Les Mis, Hanson. So any other roles that you really want to play?
Any other roles I really want to play? It's always a difficult question to ask that because you never know what's coming up. No. There are a few parts in like big musicals that I would like to do. I'd love to be Sweeney Todd in Sweeney Todd when the time came, and that's one that really always springs to mind. I'd love to be in a Sondheim maybe in terms of musicals, but in terms of plays, I'd love to do some more Shakespeare and some modern stuff would be great. But those are the parts that spring to mind in terms of musicals.
Because when I was watching you in the show, I recently watched Rocky Horror.
Oh yeah.
And some of the way and the mannerisms and stuff you have for Trunchbull made me think you'd make an amazing riffraff.
Riffraff, wow, okay, cool.
I don't know what it was about that, but it just, it just.
Oh, that's great.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So if you're in that, I'll come to watch.
Oh, right.
So you are nearing the end of the run now, this as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we've got we've got a week here, we've got a week off, and then 5 weeks in Norwich, and then we're done. Yeah. That's it.
What have you got planned next?
I do have something planned, but as is often the way with these things, it's not something to mention. No,
Thank you very much for speaking to us today.
Welcome.
The show is on until the 6th of July, and there are tickets available.
Voice FM.